Hello folks and fans, and welcome to a very special edition of Now We're Piping with Dr. Rockwood. Today, I will be doing a box opening. So the warm weather is slowly creeping in, and I decided to order some blends to try for the summertime. Now, if you haven't seen my video on my favorite blends and my year-round blend, I'd encourage you to do that, and in which this video I talk about the fact that I am very much a seasonal smoker. And what I mean by that is that the kind of tobacco I smoke kind of depends on the temperature outside, right? It's quite fluctuating here throughout the year where I live in Canada. So when it's really cold outside, I'm more inclined to smoke a heavier English, but you know, I would have a very, very difficult time in the summer when it's like 40 degrees Celsius outside and the humidity is up to like 75%. I'd have a very, very hard time justifying smoking a bowl of Dunhill Standard mixture. So I tend to lean more towards Virginias in the summertime. So that's what I mean by the fact that I'm a seasonal smoker. And I pretty much bought a bunch of different Virginias and a few other things as well for me to sample this summer. And based on how that goes, I'll be able to determine what I want to place in my next order for cellaring for next year. So without further ado, got a nice big box here. I'll try and cover up my address. Yeah, I know that not everyone is a seasonal smoker. People have, you know, blends that they can smoke all year round. Some people don't discriminate. For some reason, you know, my tastes in tobacco tend to vary based off of the weather and the season. So, you know, there are others like me, but we're not a rarity. Yeah, I'm very curious to see, because I placed this order a while ago, and I'm gonna put this box down and then take out what I need as I go along. I placed this order a while ago and I kind of forgotten what I placed, to be honest with you. So here we go. Ooh, okay. Well, first off, I got another little wind cap. I plan on smoking a lot of stuff at the cottage out on the dock, and I don't want any of the embers to go into the beautiful lush forest. So I have a wind cap. It's all gunked up. I've tried to clean it as best I could, really. It doesn't really, you know, there's not much I can do, and I don't really want to take it apart. And these are super cheap, so I figured I'd buy another wind cap. Okay, first off, GLP's Union Square. I have heard so many good things about this blend, and I'm very excited. Originally, I had placed doubles of each of these tobaccos in my order. And the idea was that I wanted to smoke one and cellar one. And I kind of just went with it. I didn't really have much of a plan. I kind of just went off on a whim and said, oh, I want to try this. Let me place 2 orders of everything. And it's a bit, I don't want to say reckless or anything, but, you know, I kind of went gung-ho with it, and then I saw my bill because, you know, I also have to consider the fact that I'm gonna get charged a lot if I'm above the amount that I'm allowed to import up here in Canada. So I decided to just get 1 tin of everything, sample it all, and then based off of my experiences, then I can choose to place another order at any other given time. So Union Square, I have heard amazing things about this tobacco. A blended sliced cake of high-grade flue-cured leaf, from beautiful sweet brights to deep earthy reds without the added sugars and flavorings common to many Virginia flakes. It is rich on the palate, evolving in layers with the clean, natural sweetness of pure tobaccos. It offers a pleasant room note and a delightful finish. For those seeking a pure Virginia experience, we proudly present Union Square. I like that comment about the nice room note because, you know, not everyone around you enjoys the smell of smoke. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, and if I plan on smoking this on the dock, I want it to be pleasant for my family and friends who are going to be sitting around me. So, very happy about that. Next up, ooh, I'll save this one for later. Next up, okay, Peterson Flake. I have never had the Dunhill version of this. I hear it's great, and I'm really looking forward to trying this. So I've had Capstan, and I've had Peterson's The Royal Yacht, and I've had, well, Samuel Gow Full Virginia Flake is probably my favorite, if you ask me. But I'm very curious to see how this compares and where this kind of sits in the ranking of Virginia Flakes. So. Next up, we have, a classic. I have never tried Orlik Golden Sliced. So again, I hear it's very bright. It's very sweet, tangy, citrusy, and I'm really excited about this one. It's a shame they don't do this in the square tins. I really like the look and feel of those old-timey tins. So excited about that. Macbarone HH Pure Virginia. Again, that pure taste that everyone talks about. I'm really looking forward to trying this, and I'm really grateful that these tins so far have not come with the massive health warning things on them. Okay, Macbarone Vanilla Cream Loose Cut. This is actually the thing that I smoke the most when I go to the dog park, just because I don't want to risk having anyone complain about me smoking in the park. I don't know if we're actually allowed to do it, but I do, and I know that this smells really nice. And so far it's been the only aromatic that I can tolerate. Macbarone puts out a fantastic Cavendish, and up to now I've had the vanilla flake, but for some reason you can get 100 grams for the same price if you get the vanilla cream loose cut. So I'm gonna give it a go, and I guess maybe someday I'll let you know what I think about it. This is for my cellar. I already have a tin of this on the go. It is delicious. It hits the spot. It hits that vitamin N button. So this is purely for cellaring. And I try to do that. You know, if I place an order, I'll throw in one or two things that I know I'm gonna want to cellar or keep for a long time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this tastes like in a hot minute. All right, lots of packing peanuts. Oh yes, okay. Let's see here. I don't want my dog to get into any of these because, you know, it's poison. Let's see here. Okay. Nothing in here. Nope. Okay, last but not least, Amphora Original. This was kind of purchased on a whim. The first ever time I smoked a pipe, I had smoked Amphora, and I can't remember if it was the original or if it was the full flavor one, the one that's kind of more florally. But I wanted to try it. I'm not a big Codger blend guy. A lot of people would argue that this is not a Codger blend. I kind of included into that overall Codger spectrum just because this is something you can find everywhere and you can get it, you know, over the counter. It's, according to my research, not as floral, because honestly, I don't remember what my Amphora experience was when I was in my teens. But this is, you know, a you know, based on my research, and as burley. There's some Orientals in there. I think there's some Kentucky or some Virginias in there. So I was just curious, and I just kind of wanted to try this. And if this is something that's tasty, then hey, you know, I might just kind of like live in my coat pocket. And if I can't think of anything else to smoke, at least I'll always have a pouch of this on me. I know I had said last but not least before I brought out the Amphora, but I did have another tobacco, and we got GLP's Meridian here. I have heard fantastic things about this blend, and I can't quite make out, I've never had it before, so I really wanted to try it. I want to try and familiarize myself more with English blends that I can smoke in the summertime and in the heat. The closest I've come to being able to enjoy an English blend when it's really hot and sunny out was Squadron Leader, because it was very balanced. It wasn't too punchy in the Latakia department. It wasn't too incensey or olive oil or olivey, I guess, in the Oriental departments. Like, everything is on point and balanced with Samuel Gawith's Squadron Leader. And I hear that Meridian is much the same. So I wanted to try this out to see if this was balanced and, you know, at least light-bodied enough that I could tolerate smoking this in the summer. Now, I thought I had placed an order for a second wind cap. Maybe not, though. That's okay. I do have a second box. And this box, I think you know what it is. Let's see, where's my knife here? I purchased this on a whim from Bishop's Pipes. And for those of you who don't know Bishop's Pipes, go to Facebook or Instagram, check them out. Whenever he posts that he's got pipes available, they disappear within a matter of minutes. Now, I had never bought anything on Facebook before. This was my first experience, but I saw this pipe and I really, really wanted to have it in my collection. So I messaged the seller and I said, hey, is this for sale? Do you ship to Canada? He gave me all the info. It was a seamless, painless, perfect experience. I really cannot recommend them enough. The only thing is I did send the seller an email with my payment information just because I wasn't comfortable sending that over Facebook Messenger. But let's see here. Bishop's Pipes, Facebook, Instagram. A fine selection of modern and vintage pre-owned pipes. And that's the business card there. So please do consider giving them your business. They're awesome. They come out with a lot of great pipes. Everything is cleaned and disinfected. I pretty much got into a conversation right away with the vendor, and he was able to put all of my concerns at rest. I really cannot tell you how great of an experience this purchase was, and I'm certainly going to continue giving them my business. So, oh, look at this, nice. You got some Burger King coupons. And without further ado, now this is a shape of pipe, a style of pipe that I've been wanting for a very long time, and you'll know why. Nicely packaged. It's a Canadian, and I've been wanting a Canadian because I am Canadian. Look at that. It's a no-name Algerian briar. Probably a second, you know, there's a couple of fills. But hey, you know, I've really wanted a Canadian. I don't think this has been smoked really, and if it has, I mean, it's been cleaned beautifully. Is it drilled properly? Yeah, it's drilled beautifully. Look at that. And this did not break the bank. This is great, yeah. Tiny little Canadian, tiny. Small, bold Canadian, long shanked. But I've always wanted a Canadian. I've always liked the shape, and I figured since I am Canadian, I should probably own a Canadian. So, yeah. quite happy with that. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. I'm always open to your thoughts, comments, questions, queries, etc. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little YABO, and yeah, I hope the summer is creeping up faster for you than it is for us, because right now it's torture. The sun's out, but it's still teetering around freezing, so it's very difficult to go outside and enjoyable. But anyway, I digress. Have a great one, guys, and thanks for putting up with me. Cheers.